Whoa, that was a shocking blast. But anyway, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? This your boy Jeff coming at you back again with another live episode of Inside the Mind of a Sports Genius. I'm gonna give a little preview of how I feel about tonight's game between the Colts and the Texans. But first, I'm gonna kick off a little rhyme for you guys. One of my hidden talents. Luck and Watt, a matchup to see, should have been on national TV. There's something I gotta mention. Superstars, opposite sides of the ball, same division, sets up for great competition. But anyway, let me start off with the Texans. A lot of people slept on this team, myself included. I had no idea they could be this good. Uh, they're 3-2, which is pretty serviceable, you know. A lot. They're 3-2, which is pretty serviceable, you know. A lot of people, especially, slept on Foster. All my fantasy football enthusiasts out there, I myself is included, and I'm regretting it every game, by the way. He he's ranked fourth in the NFL right now in rushing, averaging 101 yards per game. That's despite missing a game. Wow. And he's averaging about 4 yards a carry. Andre Johnson's leading the team in catches. But there's almost a new sheriff in town who is going to pass Andre Johnson pretty soon. His name is DeAndre Hopkins, who he's leading the team in reception, or he's leading the team in yards and touchdowns. And he's pretty close in targets and catches also. But anyway, a lot of people slept on Hopkins coming out of Clemson. I myself was very high on him. I knew he was going to be very good because I follow college football and basketball very, very deeply. But yeah, 6'2", he ran a really fast 40 time. Yeah, he's gonna be a great receiver in this league for a long time to come. And their defense is they're pretty serviceable, led by Watt and Cushing. Anytime you have those two guys, you already know you're gonna have at least a decent defense. They're gonna be a lot better when Clowney comes back. But anyway, back to Hopkins for a second. I know a lot of teams in that first round of the 2013 draft could wish they can have their first round pick back to pick them up. Teams like the Titans, the Dolphins, the Panthers, yeah, teams like that, you know. But anyway, one person's loss is another one's gain. The Colts, they're led by superstar Andrew Luck, who doesn't need no introduction at all. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and in a few years, he's going to end up being the best. That's coming from a genius, by the way. He goes, or they go as far as he goes. You know, their defense, they're serviceable. They're ranking 12th right now in yards per game. They should be a lot better, as a lot of my sports enthusiasts know. They have some talent. Dequan Jackson has some good years in Cleveland. Bojon Warner, I hope I pronounced his first name right. I probably didn't. Sorry about that. He was a first round pick out of Florida State. They got Corey Redding, who had some good years with Baltimore and Detroit. And Vontae Davis, who one game he shuts the opponent's receiver down, another game he's getting dominated, but he's a good corner. But anyway, I got the Texans in an upset, 28-27. This is for the division lead, by the way, because they're both 3-2. But now, fast forward to the topic I really want to talk about. There was an article on ESPN about Romo saying Witten may be the best Cowboy ever. And I was like, when I first seen it, I was like, what in the world is he talking about? Because I've been watching Witten pretty much his whole career, and like I never really like sat down to think about it. That this guy's numbers are amazing, and yeah, it's debatable whether he is the best Cowboy of all time. The Cowboys have had some great players. Like they had like 14 Hall of Famers. Like yeah, it's like 14. Some of them include Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Deion Sanders, Nate Newton, Larry Allen, Bob Hayes. Yeah, so they've had some really good team, some really good players. But if you sit there and look at Witten's stats, he he has 898 career receptions, and that's currently as of today, which ranks first of all time. He's he ranks first in Cowboy receptions of all time. He has 10,014 reception yards, which is second, but he's gonna end up passing Michael Irvin here pretty soon. Michael Irvin only has 11,000 something. And he's ranked third in Cowboy history with 52 touchdowns. The only thing that's missing is a ring from his resume, which, as Cowboys fans know, this isn't the exactly glory years of Cowboy Nation, but it is what it is. If he would have played on those previous dominant Cowboys teams, he would have had a ring. But then I started to think about it. I was like, could a tight end really be considered the greatest player in Cowboy history? But if you look at it, Aikman, Smith, Irving, Newton, Allen, all five Hall of Famers, they all played on the same team. And I forgot Deion Sanders and Charles Haley out of that list. They all played on one team, so who's to say that those guys helped each other out? Witten, like well, Dez Bryant has potential to be a Hall of Famer, but there's not really any real Hall of Famers on this Cowboys team now. DeMarcus Ware, who spent the majority of his career in Dallas, he can be it, but he's gone now. But he'll always be a Cowboy in our book. So question for you guys: who is the greatest Cowboy in Cowboys history? Let me know what you think. Send me a comment below, like, share my page, subscribe to my channel, Jeff the Sports Genius. Hit me up on Twitter, Jay the Sports Genius, Instagram, Sports Instagram Sports Genius 587, Twitter Jay the Sports Genius. So let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And let me end it with a rhyme real quick. I'm in a rhyming mood. Where do I be? Where do I begin with Witten, one of the greatest tight ends going down in history, a model of consistency? Let me know what you think. I'm out, Sports Genius.